Good to go?
Yeah.
Jeff, how was practice overall? What stood out about the group today?
It was a beautiful day, first of all. I'm a big weather report guy, you know. Day that pretty, it's hard to not practice good. We started off a little slow. You know, we didn't practice during Easter. We gave them off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they had a nice little break. But after that midway point, we picked it up and had a good finish.
I think we're talking to Owen Pee Wee today. What sort of stands out about what he showed you last year, getting a little more opportunity to contribute?
Owen was a highly recruited player for us. We worked hard to get him, and the sky's the limit for him. And he's maturing, and he's taking care of his business now, and showing up. He's making plays on the field. I fully expect him to be a really good player for us by the time he graduates.
I know when we talked to him last year, he was kind of still learning pass rushing. He hadn't done a lot of that. How have you seen him develop the different skills that are required of that position?
Yeah, he's working hard at it, and he's got that ability. He can bend. You saw it in the bowl game, and he has that ability. And we, you know, part of the old high school football coach in me, I mean, what kids do well, we're going to really do our best to magnify that for him in the game situations. He can get at the quarterback. So we'll have some blitz packages for him for third down, but we'll also use him in first and second down some ways too.
What's his relationship with Danye like?
They're good for each other. You know, Danye's used to that because he was that way for Dadrian, and now Danye's doing that for Pee Wee. So Danye's kind of grown up with that since we've been here. And we try to rotate all of our kids and play them all. So they're used to it, and it's part of the recruiting process. We tell them from the very beginning. And what they've learned here, we've been blessed to play 14 games twice, and we played 13 games. We've been in a bowl and championship games, so they know there's going to be a lot of games. So they understand that the most important games are in November, and their bodies are going to be really ready to go at the most important time of the year because they're not going to have played every snap the entire season. So they've all bought into that. They believe me, and Pee Wee and Danye have really done a good job of exemplifying that.
Zay Frazier's the other one I think we're looking at for today. How did you feel about the way he handled that eligibility issue that kept him out early? That can't be an easy thing for a player to go through.
That was tough, and he ended up, getting ruled in his favor, but he missed probably 8 games before it ever got, remedied. So I'm happy the way he handled it, and I will say it shook him up. He's doing really good on his grades now. He doesn't fool around. He's not anywhere near it anymore. So it was probably a good experience for him in the big picture of life. Help motivate him to graduate. And he's got all the talent. He was another highly recruited kid that has all the measurables. It's just time for us to see it, and I think it's going to happen. I mean, I would say he'd be in the category of the word potential. And I've said it a million times, potential's everything that you're not. I think he's moving past that point. I think we're going to see big things from him. I really do.
When we talked about him coming into last year, I think the big hang-up was more the mental side. You mentioned mental toughness, and he talked about learning the playbook. How's he doing with that part of the game?
Yeah, he's good. You don't even worry about it anymore. He just shows up, and he knows what he's supposed to do, and we don't even look at him that way anymore.
You guys have 11 days till the spring game. What do you kind of want to see for the rest of the practices?
Oh, we've got a few installs, just some stuff we haven't got in yet. And obviously they're competing, for those 1s and 2s and 3s, and we're moving kids around and, trying to stay healthy at the same time. We've been way more physical this spring than we were last spring. I told y'all that at the beginning of spring. I was very committed to doing that, and they've handled it great. We've done a whole lot more, get after it, good on good sessions than we've done probably since my first couple of years here. Of course, we didn't get to even have spring by my first year, so I'd say for sure this is the most physical one other than our second year here.
Is there more weight on Zay this season just because of the numbers at the cornerback room right now?
All those kids have made plays though. But obviously, when you lose your top 4 corners, there's a lot of room for people to come in there and get to play a lot. And so Zay's had a good spring, and Denver has, Zach has, Davin has, and so has Dangerfield. I mean, all those kids have done really well, and we feel good about those 5 corners. And we're going to pick up 2 more in the transfer portal if there are 2 guys we think are as good as those guys in the room. If not, we'll play those 5. We'll be fine.
I guess it's always a trade-off, but is it better for those guys to get more reps, or would it be better if there were more people there kind of pushing them and having a deeper rotation? Like, what's all
You'd
that?
like to have, we go 3 deep, so common sense would tell you we go 6, and we've been blessed that all 5 of those kids have, stayed healthy. I mean, Dangerfield broke his fingers the very first practice, but he's played in the cast every practice, so none of those guys have missed, thank goodness. We've got a walk-on going for the 6-1 because we don't have, 3 deep right now.
How's the development process with Jacavian? I know that was a guy you were looking at in terms of having to bulk him up and sort of change the body type a little bit there.
I guess the cast on him, helped him probably 3 pounds. He's grown. He weighed in at like 137, 138 when he got here, and I think he's at 170, 175 now. I might be off slightly on that, but he's really progressed. They're just young, and the only way you're gonna get experience is by putting them out there. So, which is why we're practicing so much more right now, just to get those guys reps.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.